The Great Depression was a time of great hardship for millions of people around the world. It was a period of economic downturn that lasted from 1929 to 1939, and it affected almost every aspect of life. In this video, we will explore the causes and effects of the Great Depression and how it changed the world forever. Images of people standing in long lines for food, empty factories, and homeless people on the streets. The Great Depression began in the United States in 1929 with a stock market crash on October 29th, also known as Black Tuesday. The stock market had been booming for years, and many people had invested their life savings in it. But when the market crashed, people lost everything. Images of people on Wall Street looking worried and upset, and newspapers with headlines about the stock market crash. The effects of the stock market crash were felt around the world, as the United States was a major economic power at the time. Banks failed, businesses closed, and people lost their jobs. The unemployment rate in the United States rose to 25%, and in some areas, it was even higher. Images of people waiting in long lines for food, and homeless people living in shantytowns. The Great Depression was a time of great hardship, but it was also a time of resilience and perseverance. People found ways to survive, and communities came together to help each other. In the next segment, we will explore how people coped with the challenges of the Great Depression. The Great Depression was a time of great challenges, but people found ways to cope with the difficulties they faced. One of the ways people coped was by forming communities and helping each other out. Images of people working together in community gardens, sharing food and resources, and helping each other find work. Many people also turned to the government for help. President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs provided relief, recovery, and reform to the American people. The programs created jobs, provided financial assistance, and helped to stabilize the economy. Images of people working on New Deal projects, such as building roads and bridges, and receiving financial assistance from the government. Another way people coped with the challenges of the Great Depression was by finding ways to entertain themselves. Movies, radio shows, and sports provided a much-needed escape from the hardships of daily life. Images of people watching movies, listening to the radio, and attending sporting events. Despite the challenges they faced, people during the Great Depression showed incredible resilience and perseverance. They found ways to survive and thrive, and their experiences helped to shape the world we live in today. Images of people working hard, smiling, and supporting each other. In the next segment, we will explore the impact of the Great Depression on the world economy and politics. The Great Depression had a profound impact on the world economy and politics. The economic downturn spread around the world, and many countries experienced high levels of unemployment and poverty. Images of factories and businesses closing down, people waiting in long lines for food, and homeless people on the streets in different countries. The Great Depression also had a significant impact on politics. In many countries, people turned to extremist political parties that promised to solve the economic crisis. Images of political rallies and propaganda posters from extremist political parties, such as the Nazi Party in Germany and the Communist Party in the Soviet Union. In the United States, President Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal programs helped to stabilize the economy and provide relief to the American people. The programs also led to significant changes in the role of the government in society. Images of New Deal programs, such as the Civilian Conservation Corps and the Works Progress Administration, and footage of President Roosevelt giving speeches. The Great Depression also led to the creation of international organizations, such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, which were designed to prevent future economic crises. Images of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank headquarters, and footage of international meetings and conferences. The impact of the Great Depression on the world economy and politics was significant and long-lasting. It changed the way people thought about government and the economy, and it led to the creation of new institutions and policies that continue to shape the world today. Images of people working together and footage of international cooperation and collaboration. In the next segment, we will explore the cultural impact of the Great Depression. The Great Depression had a significant cultural impact on society. It changed the way people thought about art, literature, and entertainment. Images of artwork and literature from the Great Depression era, and footage of popular entertainment from the time. Many artists and writers during the Great Depression focused on themes of social justice and economic inequality. They used their work to comment on the hardships of daily life and to call for change. Images of artwork and literature that depict poverty, unemployment, and social injustice. Popular entertainment during the Great Depression also reflected the struggles of daily life. Movies and radio shows often portrayed characters who were struggling to make ends meet and who found ways to overcome their challenges. Images of movie posters and radio show advertisements from the Great Depression era. The Great Depression also had a significant impact on fashion. People during the Great Depression had to make do with what they had, and many turned to homemade clothing and accessories. Images of fashion from the Great Depression era, including homemade clothing and accessories. Despite the challenges they faced, people during the Great Depression found ways to express themselves and to find joy in their lives. Their experiences helped to shape the cultural landscape of the time, and their legacy continues to inspire artists and writers today. Images of people enjoying entertainment and expressing themselves through art and fashion. In the final segment, we will explore the legacy of the Great Depression and its impact on the world today. The Great Depression had a lasting impact on the world, and its legacy can still be felt today. The economic policies and institutions created during the Great Depression continue to shape the global economy. Images of international institutions, such as the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, and footage of global economic events. The Great Depression also had a significant impact on the role of government in society. The New Deal programs created by President Franklin D. Roosevelt helped to establish the idea that the government has a responsibility to provide for the welfare of its citizens. Images of New Deal programs, such as Social Security and the National Labor Relations Act, and footage of President Roosevelt giving speeches. The cultural impact of the Great Depression can also be seen today. Many artists and writers continue to explore themes of social justice and economic inequality, and the legacy of the Great Depression continues to inspire new works of art and literature. Images of contemporary artwork and literature that explore themes of social justice and economic inequality. The Great Depression was a time of great hardship, but it was also a time of resilience and perseverance. People found ways to survive and thrive, and their experiences helped to shape the world we live in today. Images of people working together, and footage of contemporary events that reflect the legacy of the Great Depression. As we continue to face economic challenges and social inequality, we can look to the lessons of the Great Depression for inspiration and guidance. We can learn from the resilience and perseverance of those who came before us, and we can work together to build a better future for all. Images of people working together and footage of contemporary events that reflect the lessons of the Great Depression. Thank you for watching this video on the Great Depression. We hope that it has provided you with a deeper understanding of this important period in history.